ya kwani mashakil bijere salambi wansulu kanina kulu hibu badu ya jama mashakil bijere salambi wansulu salam alaikum alaikum salam salam alaikum alaikum salam salam dema binadi bet ya kwani na kan belet ma fi fogo salam dema binadi belet ya kwani na kan shokol tatu ma fi fogo salam dema binadi shokol ya kwani
مساء الخير معكم روز كونه أنا بسلم عليكم كله and happy weekend, happy Saturday. I know it's my time here, it's already 7 p.m. وأنا بسلم عليكم بالتوقيت اللي انتكم it's معروف أي توقيت في أي محل بيختلف من توقيت بتاع حتة تانية. معلش آسف للمقاطعات. زي ما أنا قبل كنت بسلم عليكم توقيت مختلف في الكرة الأرضية كل محل زمن براه وبقول لكم من from my end مساء الخير صباح الخير للناس اللي في أفريقيا وفي يوروب و good night للناس بتاعت أمريكا and South America. التوقيت عندهم بيكون متأخر شديد. So أنا بسلم عليكم مرة جديد في هذا الأسبوع. weekend جميل إن شاء الله وربنا يكون keep you guys safe. So معلش أنتوا هتسمعوا lots of إزعاج لا أنا عندي ضيوف في البيت. So that's why there is lots of noise. While you here guys just حاول تعمل share. That's so very important. While I'm doing that, I will play some songs. Then أنا بيجي برجع لكم تاني. So take a seat. Let us listen to some music. We'll listen to the legendary Emmanuel Kembe. مساكم خير مرة أخرى. سلم عليكم سلم عليكم شديد، مشتاقين زمن طويل. Two weeks today since I came week before Mother's Day. I was supposed to come on Mother's Day, but unfortunately I was being a little bit busy. ما قدرت ألقى فرصة عشان أجي أحنيكم وأهني الأمهات الحلوات القويات. ربنا يقويكم ويديكم الصحة وطولة العمر إن شاء الله. مرض يا وكعب ما دارين مرض، لكن طول ما الصحة بكون كويس ونفس طالع ونازل ده المطلوب. آه، آه، although I was really a little bit busy, but I managed to celebrate the Mother's Day at home with the kids and some friends. We invited ourselves as a ladies and we went somewhere. We have enjoyed our time as well as mothers. That was a great moment that to have that special day for us as a mothers. نشكر ربنا. الأم حاجة يعني ده إنسان مهم في الأسرة. أنا هسي ما أقدر نتكلم كتير عنه لأنه ده حاجة فات، لكن Mother's Day is a daily Mother's Day, not only once in a while. As a mother, we celebrate daily with our family members, with our children, with our grandkids. Somebody like me is a grandmother. So I'm very proud and very thankful to see my grandkids around me at this particular age. So it's something sweet. So I'm enjoying myself. So, أنا بقول لكم happy belated Mother's Day to all mothers out there. Be blessed. ربنا يديك طول العمر. تحني بأولادك وأولاد أولادك. شكرا. So أنا شايف في شوية ناس هناك. Please don't hesitate to share the page or the live show. Share it to other groups and pin some friends. Today, the topic is up there is South Sudan current affairs. We'll be talking about few things. ما بنحبش واحد بدل بنحبش كده سنبلة هنا وهناك لحد ما نخلص. Hopefully, I don't want to go more than 3 hours. If I will be able to. or كان أنا مشيت less than 3 hours برضه بكون حلو شديد، عشان امبارح بالليل أنا كنت شغال. امبارح أنا اشتغلت 16 hours من الساعة 3 الظهر لحد الليل الصباح. جيت بيت صباح الساعة 7:30 ولا 8 يلا. I slept 2 hours only. I'm still little bit tired. But yeah, so that's why I don't want to stay long. So I will be able to go to sleep later on tonight. Yep, I saw your message. Let me just get that through. Okay. Hold on. Copy. Hold on with me a minute. أنا بس درنا share ده أنا درنا share link لزول. بس لحظة with me. Bear with me a minute. I will be back. Hold on. Hold on. Paste. Okay, أنا حطيت اللينك في screen. I believe you can see the link now, or I might have to also لحظة واحد بس أنا دار نشيره I think you can see the link. No. أنا شيرت لك اللينك في screen. I put it on the screen. I don't know if you will be able to come through. That will be good. So شكرا. شيروا يا جماعة. ده أهم شيء عشان اللايف فيديو الرسالة توصل. ده من الأهم حاجات على اللي احنا بنحتاج له في اللايف شو عشان الرسالة توصل across. We need share the rooms or share the live videos. You can share it from my page Landing Zone or my own account Rose Gune or account بتاع نانسي برضو بكون كويس. So أنا داير نشكركم مرة أخرى. شكرا للأدفانس لحسن النية حسن المتابعة مع Landing Zone always. Landing Zone rules that we here to give you some information that maybe you have missed out. We'll update you with the current affairs that's going on within our country. And the other thing is, namantigina folk, kita kan masalan, you wanted to come and share with us your thought in regard of the topic, please. لبس محتشم دائما بكون كويس بكون أفضل. ونحن ما بنقبل ولا أنا ما بقبل في لاندنج زون إساءة مثلا ولا الشتايم ولا نجيف ضد بعض بروح الكعب مثلا ببادي سبيريت. الكويس إنه كان اختلفنا بنختلف كأخوان أيديولوجيا لكن ما يكون أنت تمشي وراي personal ولا أنا أمشي وراك personal, which is I always do. I never go personal with anyone. اتفقنا ما اتفقنا خلاص. نقتنع بالأمر الواقع لأنه السياسة هو كده. Disagree to agree. We don't have to go after each other personally. ثالثا حاجة, as we are in weekend, weekend دايما نحن بنكون شوية كده مرتاحين. في جزء مننا يعني بيحبوا بيشربوا موية سبيل. You know what I mean by موية سبيل. So it's good just to stay in safe side عشان انت ما داير تيجي تسهر لأنه هنا في platform ده في واحد platform is YouTube. You don't want to be in YouTube like مشحشح وما قادر تثبت نفسك وما قادر تتكلم كويس برضو وما يعني شكلك كده ما مظبوط وبكرة حيكون bad record to yourself for your next generation الجايين. لأنه أنا هنا ما هأديليت أي فيديو regardless because I've been preparing this video for so long. I researching some information here and there, organizing the platform, and أنا بناس حقنا I really don't want to delete any video. And it's not good to do that. So it's good to stay in safe side. انت ممكن تكون متابع تقعد تسمع برضو كويس وتكتب كومنتات, but just be mindful also تدينا كومنت ايجابي. ادينا ما تبخلوا لنا باللاف هاتس يا شباب وشابات, ما تبخلوا لنا. ادونا لاف هاتس, ادونا قلوب, ادونا ثام اب, ادونا حتى الراس الاحمر ده. انت كان زعلان من جنيه دي وشفتها ريد راس الأحمر ده رسله ما عندك مشكلة. أنا ما بختلف معك, ما بجدك برا, لكن كان شتمتني بجدك برا. ده حاجة واحد just you need to know. So برضو كتير أنا برجع تاني نقول لكم شكرا من أجل الحضور. paying like مش paying, taking time to come and spend with us here is means a lot يا جماعة. Means a lot to be part of the platform, to be part of the discussion that we're going to discuss here today, to be part of someone is sitting down there listening to us. أنا ما بقول هنا I'm perfect to send any message برا هناك like إنسانة صحفية كده 110%. أنا ممكن أكون بسيط كده, you know, ممكن أنا أكون بسيط كده like 30-40% بالرسالة بتاعي, لكن بوجودك بشجع, بكتابتك للكومنتات بشجع أكتر وبخلينا نحن every week مثلا بخلينا أنا متحمس عشان أنا أجيب لك a topic next week or week after. So due to not being able to attend last week, as I mentioned, أنا بس كنت مشغول لأنه يوم السبت بعد مرات أنا عشان بكون شغال في أصلا يوم سبت يوم الجمعة والسبت ده أوف بتاعي مع الشغل، لكن أنا بقضيه في disability. I have only one shift، لكن بعد مرات كان دقوا لي تليفون ولا بعد مرات بخطوا لي روستا كده بس فجأة أنا بلقى نفسي roasted in because as a casual sometimes you just need to comply. So that will force me not to be part of the show or not to attend to conduct the show during, because normally I supposed to come out at 11:30 to 12 during the day. لكن عشان أنا كنت نعسانة ونمت ما قدرت نجي بدري. قلت خلينا نعمله مسا at least بكون أحسن، أنا بكون قادر capable to do what I wanted to do. So أنا بعتذر على كده، وإن شاء الله next Saturday ما يدوني شفت بالنهار عشان نجي كده بالنهار شوية نكون قادر نعمل اللي قادر نعمله. So South Sudan current affairs. Let me just play one more song ونرجع لكم تاني، أديكم غنى كده واحد تاني جديد ونرجع لكم.
Rabuna makala kuisani lekatulu, Rabuna makala kuisani lejerima, Rabuna makala kukitimtakide lejebiu
Pendana vile vile tulipendana na tusameane vyote tulikosana. Nataka penzi ile ile ya kwanza na kuangalia kwa macho na kumisi sana. Tupendane tena kama ilikuwa kwanza, mabibi na mabwana. Tupendane tena, tunaomba usalama, usalama, usalama.
Ola zikele nina geni sawa,
Mabibi na mabwana, salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina limu sawa,
Salama, salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina geni sawa,
Mabibi na mabwana, salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina limu sawa. Mikaramiatani milifu bilen biseregunate yakwana lazim kela nina tibu ajat batale yau bilakban nina yau bisibu nina Rabuna lanunina yau bikarabun nina yau bisibu nina bilakban nufustena. We need peace among ourselves. We need love, love, love. Geni sawa,
salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina limu sawa,
Salama, salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina geni sawa,
Salama, salama.
Ola zikele nina limu sawa.
To Uganda,
Nina kuluwa,
Uganda to Sudan,
lazim na
from Sudan to Kenya,
Nina kuluwa,
Kenya to Ghana,
lazim na kuluwa,
Ghana to Morocco,
Nina kuluwa,
Morocco to Tobago,
lazim na
Tobago
kodu
to
sawa,
Nigeria,
Nina kuluwa,
Nigeria to America,
lazim na
from
limu
America
sawa,
to Italia,
Nina kuluwa,
Eritrea to Ethiopia,
lazim na
from
limu
Amsterdam to
sawa,
Suriname,
Nina kuluwa,
Sudan to Vietnam,
lazim na kodu sawa. Washington.
سلامات سيستر جونيه.
أنا ذاتي في ميوت وقاعد نقول لك عن ميوت.
يا
مساء الخير، صباح الخير من طرف
صباح
بتاعتك، كيف
الخير،
الأخبار؟ إن
صباح
شاء الله
الخير،
كويسين.
كيفين؟
الحمد لله. كيف؟
تمام تمام تمام.
Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about the whole thing that most of the things that is taking place in South Sudan. Currently, there is a lots of dramas going on in South Sudan. I have a couple of videos here to bring up later on. Then we'll discuss, we'll go our, like try to analyze those videos, and we have some of news that comes from iRadio, and I will also bring it up and talk about it. Then I will see how are we going to go with this. If you're able to come up, you can come through the link. The link is already down there. Just follow the instructions or follow the prompts. Will certainly bring you in, and then we'll talk about it. So for now, I have one video that I wanted to play. هنا عارفين جنوب السودان يومين ديل ماشي بمواقف حرج جدا جدا جدا. We have seen South Sudan in the last 2 weeks in Rome for peace talk negotiation between the oppositions and the non-signatory oppositions, which is Paul Molong and Pagan. Then there is other individual with them, like Simon Goodwich and those of who we have released them from National Salvation Front also have been called down there to go and talk about the peace, to talk in Kenya. According to Salva Kiir and William Ruto, that they wanted to bring peace in South Sudan. So this thing has been going on, but again, how strongly that we believe this time peace will come to South Sudan. المشكلة إنه ما مشكلة بتاع إنه yes peace هيجي في South Sudan. المشكلة إنه هل في will to bring peace in South Sudan. On my own point of view as Gune, I can see the whole situation that going around at the moment is just mixed feeling. Because there is no political will since the revitalized peace the current revitalized peace agreement have been signed in Khartoum in 2018. Until today, there is nothing that have been implemented. So how much do we believe today this talk in Kenya or delegation that went to Kenya or Nairobi, they will bring peace? So أنا في النظرة بتاعي as Gune, I don't believe that peace will come في South Sudan through Kenya. مع إنه كينيا كان host مشكلة بتاعت السودان previously when we used to be in Sudan between oppositional في غابة until we reach Arusha agreement. لكن Kenya of today is totally different from Kenya بتاعت 80s. So for me, 80s or 90s. So for me, I believe we can only خلي حاجة دي في يدين ربنا, لكن my guts is telling me something different. So I don't want to dwell more on this, but let me see, because في واحد من news اللي أنا جاي نجيبه عشان نقراه. Lurid, are you able to read that for us later on? I will tell you which one.
I think you are mute now.
Am I mute? I'm not muted.
Okay.
You can hear me,
No,
right?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. أنا دايرك أنت تقرأ لنا بتاعت رياك مشار. تلقيته؟
Just bear with me.
Let me play one more song, then we'll come back when you're ready.
Ya ala asuma kore tapelete ya ana kiglebe ya ukiwolu
Arboy kada pilwa maru. Yala la ita sala ubelede. Delida iswako. Asade balakani na karabu. Madam tayali. Matayali bikore. Walada tay kusara. Yala ita sala ubelede. Delida iswako. Asade balakani na karabu. Madam tayali. Matayali bikore. Walada tay kusara. Yala la ita sala ubelede. Delida iswako. Asade balakani na karabu. Madam tayali. Matayali bikore. Walada tay kusara. Yala ita sala ubelede. Delida iswako. Asade balakani na karabu. Madam tayali. Matayali bikore. Walada tay kusara. Yala ita sala ubelede. Delida iswako. Asade balakani na karabu. Madam tayali. Matayali bikore. Walada tay kusara. Yala ita sala ubelede. Delida iswako. Asade balakani na karabu. Madam
Welcome back. رجعنا لكم تاني. Are you ready, Lurid? تلقيته؟ Okay, let me read that. Okay, this is iRadio. It's a report that طلع يوم 14 May 2024 Tuesday is established. That's due that this news was established. Report Riek Machar opposition face disqualifications risk in December election. So, some of opposition groups, including the SPLM-IO and its leader Riek Machar, might face obstacle in their transition to party status due to the military affiliation, prohibition outlined in the Political Party Council Act, according to the UN panel of expert report. The expert panel report highlighted that some of opposition group, including SPLM-IO and its leaders Riek Machar, have more to lose from what it described as a flawed election in December this year. The expert says the political parties act, for example, prohibits the registration of political parties with active armed wings. As a result of delays, however, many parties, including SPLM-IO, retrain armed forces that are still waiting the second phase of the unification process. It says electoral official told the panel, however, that they believe that this disqualification disqualifies the SPLM-IO from registration as
However,
political. That they believe that this disqualification disqualifies the SPLM-IO from registration as
however,
political. That they believe that. My voice is repeating itself, is it? Okay. It said electoral official told the panel, however, that they believe
Yes,
that.
there's echo. Maybe you have another device.
I have only some fi jambi hina microphone. That they believed that this disqualifies the SPLM-IO from the registration as political party in its current forum. In a recent document produced by the Political Parties Council, the SPLM-IO is listed as a political armed movement and not an eligible political party. It says South Sudan is grappling with with a dilemma, adding that many South Sudanese are tired of political process that has done little to improve life beyond those of its immediate participants. According to the Security Council election, current schedule for December 2024 are therefore seen as popular means of delivering accountability for leaders widely perceived to have left many of their constituency behind. It adds that despite some achievement, however, much of the revitalized peace agreement is yet to be implemented. And many far as a result that their still fragile country is not yet ready for election. The council said the continued prominence of President Salva Kiir and SPLM beyond December 2024 is in little doubt, and both have continued to promise election while pressing ahead with campaigns and mobilization event across the country. It said the opposition group, including the SPLM-IO, have constantly stressed the need to follow there is still echo, right? Prescription of peace agreement and to first complete the unification of the country desperate security forces. Draft a permanent constitution, conduct a census, and engage with the country displaced population. The panel of experts further added that beyond this political
Calculus, numbers,
calculus,
practical obstacles currently also stand the way of credible elections. It went on to say the deployment of some ununified forces marks an important step towards the implementation of security sector reforms. But recent clashes between the SSDF and the SSPLA-IO in violation of both the peace and ceasefire agreement underscore the its limitation. The panel added that insecurity, including land related violence, persists across much of the country, resulting in death, displacement, and serious human rights abuses. The council said there are no guarantees that elections will deliver on their promise, with the risk that they will become a destabilizing event growing on election drew nearer without clarity on what kind of contest will be held and what preparation will be in place. It noted that violence is often a permanent ingredient of South Sudanese politics, and many across retain both the will and the means to challenge in satisfactory political outcomes with force. According to the expert, perhaps the greatest threat of election, however, is that they consume all political attention to the point of distracting entirely how the deep challenges that will continue to shape peace and security in South Sudan, whether votes are cast in December 2024 or not. It added that the coming months are a critical opportunity for leaders of South Sudan to work together to manage delivering incentives and expectation before they lead to further instability. And it added that many of the preconditions for elections outlined in the peace agreement remain unimplemented. As of the March 2024, the likely process of drafting a permanent constitution is yet to begin, and no census has been conducted. This is then have delayed vote registration and the alienation of the political boundaries. The UNSC said election preparation are also bringing into focus the challenges of planning election in a context where many of the peace agreement provisions are only partially implemented or implemented out of sequence. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. ده بقيت في الدلومة صح؟
أنا بقيت في ظلومة. It's just I use the phone, I use the laptop, and because of this kind of I think there's a problem with my laptop doesn't want to take the link. That's why I couldn't find it. If it is in Messenger, أنا لقيته لكن it couldn't do that.
That's all right. Okay. Now this information we read from iRadio is tell us clearly. It's very very clear. Ana bashagil video is related to what is happening. What we have read from iRadio. Borik direction bita election. Namashi wen al مثلا في التوبيك انا خطيت Salva Kiir previously have vowed على اساس انه he doesn't want to take the country back to war, but what is indicating in the whole thing is kind of he wanted to deny access to IO to be part of the election or to be part of somebody that is supposed to stand for election, because we know that Riek Machar wanted to stand for this election really badly and compete with Salva Kiir, but Salva Kiir doesn't want that. Salva Kiir made it clearly al asas he's not ready to work with Riek Machar in any way, in any ways. So by saying this, denying that, Kalamda, I think for 20 after 2013 accident happened, when Amalo agreement Riek Raja back le Juba, this whereby Salva Kiir have said that he's not ready, or Michael Mokoya kan jekalam kalam de fi public al assassinu Salva Kiir is not ready to work ma Riek Machar anytime fi ayya mahal fi Junub Sudan. He's the way that now he's playing his game to deny access to Riek Machar to be one of the candidate that is standing for election is very clear. It's very clear. في كلام اللي قريناها سيدا أول حاجة إن عارفين IO هم عندهم political wing, they have military wing, two wings. Salva Kiir is not happy when firstly he said, let me play the video, then I will explain more. Let me bring this video up. It's from TikTok, but you can listen.
I said that the agreement, the revitalized peace agreement, is very complicated. And we always move with the dialogue. We go and stop when we find a stumbling block, we stop there and we negotiate until when we agree, we start our next journey. The agreement might have taken long, but it is the way it has been designed. And I said many times that this agreement was designed not to be implemented. But because we need peace for our people, we have been fighting to implement it. For minduna mikila fi inu yakut zaman, but we must reach to the logical conclusion. My colleagues in the opposition did not bring their armies that were fighting us. They came sometimes with the forces without arms. Ukulakum hinada ma fi shakala mache na fogu ma IO wala ma any other armed group be asayat chanam shinadu bad na be asayat. They were coming with machine guns. Unana benamshi command be machine guns utana. But you saw them when they came here, they came without arms. And they are now with the sticks in their hands, waiting to be armed and to be graduated. That is not the way people can work. So, number two, to this part of the question, IO and all the other oppositions came with officers, very senior officers, from the lieutenant general down to colonel. You cannot find a single soldier. If there are 3,000, you will find that maybe 2,000 are officers. And 100 will comprise of junior officers. And maybe we counted them and they were having 8 NCOs. Shawi, Raghibawal, Musai. Not a single soldier. Unfortunately, I heard that one died because I did not know this. I heard yesterday that one of these 8 NCOs passed away. فالحاجات اللي بخلي الناس ما يشتغل بسرعة دي أو حاجات زي ده. Somebody brings you generals who mind you جيش and he expects you to come and absorb these officers into your command. How do you observe them? وهيكون منو ياو قائد. In my office up here, we talked in the presidency. We were discussing this issue of deployment and the graduation of the necessary forces in the training centers. But لما نشوفنا عدد بتاع الضباط, I told my brother, Dr. Yek Machar, I told him that, my brother, why don't you help us in this? By bringing your officers into their correct rank.
Okay, I think that's all what I need today. في message ده. Message بتاع Salva Kiir is very very clear. مطابق مع كلام اللي نحن قريناه. The reason that هم جابوا agenda بتاع إنه أي opposition ال عنده مثلا political wing and army wing, they're not going to be able to register the election. Who lay gal kalamda? Who lay only at this particular time, because that's the only way he can kick Riek out of the way, because Riek indu jinaha laskeri u jinaha siyasi. Lokan hasa Riek bes be jinaha siyasi, maybe kanu bijib another excuse. لكن هسه هو يشيل excuse بتاعت جناح العسكري عشان هو شايف حسب كلامه الحسي في فيديو ده قال it's very complicated. This peace agreement بتاع هم عملوه بتاع حسب بقوا revitalized peace agreement بتاع 2018 is very complicated to be implemented because have been designed not to be implemented. Now هو يلم الموضوع بتاع الجيش. شفت كيف؟ ده اللي موضوع بتاع الجيش. إذا كان peace agreement ده من 2018 هو لو ما عرض على أساس إنه الرياك لازم يلغي حاجة اسمه الجيش ده و he have to deal only with political wing عشان هو يقدر يشوف الناس يقدر يشوف فعلا هو عنده نية صافي للرياك ومثلا هم دايرين يشتغلوا مع بعض. But by saying that he's not ready to work مع الرياك and now he's looking for other issues that to attach it to peace agreement بتاع جنوب السودان بمعنى هو قاعد يطعن في الاجريمنت. اولا حاجه لما هم عملوا اجريمنت في خرطوم جيش ده اصلا كان في جيش بتاع الرياض كان اصلا فيه وكان is part of the agreement بانه the forces have to be unite and have to be taken to training center and graduated as a national forces between the two group. Can IO and IG, both forces have to be like integrated and graduated as national army together. Now he's coming to say Jesh bita React, عشان React into Jesh, React is not qualified to be he's not going to be qualified to register في election بتاع 2024 لانه ده هسه هيكون obstacle للرياض, and that's the only thing that he sees. If he bring it up, he will kick React out of the thing. The second thing he mentioned برضه هنا كلام بتاع arms. He said when nas React جايين في جوبا after the agreement, React خلى أسلحة بتاع arms كله برا جا ساكت. But we have to remember زمن سلفا كير قاعد يقول ما في أي سلاح رياك يجيبه ما في جوبا. Literally سلفا كير said that. هو ما قدر يشوف رياك يجيب أي سلاح في جوبا, وهو كمان mention قال دايرين only come I think 1,500 forces جيش only 1,500 تقريبا. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure في عدد في الرقم اللي أنا قاعد نقوله ده, لكن كان في رقم محدد. هو قال رقم محدد ده بس يجي, وهو ما قدر الرياك يجي مع أي سلاح في جوبا. طب الرياك جا ساكت يده 10. نحن كنا قاعدين نقول الرياك مش يجيبه بدون مسدس مويه. هو كان ويا عمل الكلام ده, ويا عمل rules ده. Now he's coming to say ناس الرياك جا في جوبا without سلاح and waiting to be waiting to be armed and graduated under his command. وليه ناس رياك خلوا أسلحة ورا. ده بوري على أساس إنه كير لسه خايف بإنه رياك عنده arm برا. And if this election happen, okay, if this election happen, it might take the country back to war, and React is ready into أسلحة برا. لأنه هو داير يخد يده في أسلحة ده to make sure React ما بيقدر يتحرك, React ما بيقدر يفايت him back. شفت كيف؟ ده يا هدف الحسي سلفا كير قاعد يتكلم فوقه. ثالثا حاجة رطب. اشتكى على أساس إنه رياك جاب الناس جنرالات كبار, لفتنال جنرال, ناس منو ناس برغدية جنرال, وهو شايف نفسه قال مثلا يعني why React is bringing all these big like high ranks to be under his control. هو شايف حاجة ده as a threat, because those people are not only just from كل قبائل, أغلبية بتاعهم نوير community. كير شايف حاجة ده as a threat, and هو قاعد يقول خلي الرياك reduce ranks بتاع الناس ديل. ده منو بيقبل الليلة مثلا هو بيقى مثلا نائب رئيس ودارين ينزلوه في منصب بتاعت مثلا وزير. وين the world كلام ده قاعد يوصل وين؟ ما ده كلام اللي أنا قاعد نقول كل step سلفا كير قاعد يشيله is showing that Salva Kiir is taking this country back to war, but in indirect way. If you don't sit down and to analyze the whole thing, to see the whole stuff, how is it working out, Salva Kiir literally wanted to take this country back to war. Although he vowed, and as you know, he doesn't want to take this country back to war, but the act that he's acting, the way that he's doing things, the way that he's even got that and fil agreement without مشاورة بتاعت بارتنر بتاعه, ده حرب بنفسه. So سيستر لوريد أنا بخليك أنت كان شلت حاجة من الفيديو ولا من الريدنج اللي أنت قريته, you can go ahead and take the mic.
Absolutely أنا بأجري ميتا طبعا. مخاوف دي بيقولوا شنو is the fears that Salva Kiir against this agreement. He have greater fears. And the question is, where is this army of Riek Machar come from? They used to be, they are part of the SSDF before, and all those high-ranking officials maybe been promoted within the SSDF within the time when he came from Sudan peace agreement, and he melted in with SPLM. Then when peace agreement happened, the CPA, Riek Machar army is within South Sudanese army. And even the army joined from Paulina Matip have been mailed in as SSDF. So the complication that he making up about these generals and officers of Riek Machar, where to put them, is bias, and it's not reasonable. ده واحد. نمرة اتنين, the calculation of agreement, when you sit for agreement, you settle for things that you're supposed to agree on it. Why you making a fuss about it now? That's a key. طبعا we want to go to square one for war, and thinking زي ما هو قاعد repeat himself again and again that this agreement not meant to be implemented. In what way? If you are a peacemaker, you should be doing this agreement to settle the flake and the red flags of making war. And this red flag is this army. Okay, you say that these unified forces, they came without arms and they want to be armed and being back to the forces. You have a very great fears of this army, unified army, because you think that those are not going to be under your command. But that's a unified forces going to be a South Sudanese army. You even don't have trust in that. It means that you very comfortable with your militias and your own army that you are making. You are not comfortable with unfamiliar army that you are not under your recruit. That says that. And absolutely the expertise, the panels and the expertise in the international community have to fear and to worry. Those are flake for those are really elements to make the people go back to the war in first place. And if these expert of panels have seen this agreement from the beginning, they should make sure this unified force is being done in a very early stage, because in the later stage it can create a lot of havoc. And also the agreement, they say, the preparation for the election, how it look like between those two parties, because those two parties, to tell you frankly, both of them have no trust on each other, and they have no confidence on each other, and they are waging war against each other for going for square one, where at hoc, yani at any time when just they got the order. And that's the dangers of it. It means that we are not seeing any initiative of peace. We don't see any things that can help for ending this conflict between two of them. And we notice also the panel have make remarks of the violation and the fight in the areas, the conflict between SSDF and IO recently, especially where the SSDF attacking IOF in their areas and resulted into a conflict, Masafa Upper Nile. That's an example of anything can happen anytime. Okay, this kind of unified forces, if it was earlier, in my opinion, it would help to reduce the tension. But it's not happened earlier, it happened in later time, and that will not help the agreement even in implementation. It should be happen earlier, and those army to get used to each other, to build the confidence and the trust among themselves so they can work together as a team. But that never happened, and that thing cannot come just off chart. It have to come gradually and take time, and need the leadership and the all both of the side to stand to maintain that. But if they are not maintaining that, and there is worries even inside Riek Machar, when even the initiative Nairobi appear, he have his own fears of this initiative, because he have a suspicions about what the motive of the government is, the IG is. So it's still we are in this dilemma, and our people of South Sudan is not getting any rest and getting any assurance of peace deal. And that's the problem. And also this he mentioned, he even doesn't know the NCOs. I don't know what's the NCOs is died recently, and he doesn't know about him. And he mentioned even that both of them are armed to the teeth. Yes, these people are ready for operation because they are attacked from the SSDF is happening. And that way just only go, those all are not going on record. This is recorded by international community. Nakin Silva Kiir is a genuine person to recite and say that there is masalan security breach happen. He never said that. To say that there is security breach is something happened without our authority, it's never happened. So it means that under his watch and under his authority, those kind of violation happen, and he doesn't want to talk about them. And also the same thing happened to Riek Machar. He would never announce it. He will never talk about it. That shows, they don't want the partners or the mediators or the monitoring team to see those things and see the revitalized peace agreement is on not in a good term with each other. For both of them are doing harm to the revitalized peace agreement in itself, in a way, by covering up on their violations and covering up of their hidden agenda they are preparing for. Because Young Machar have plan B and Silva Kiir have plan B. I will stop here.
Shukran, compatriot Lurid. You have said it all, because what I realize is both of them, they kind of hiding agendas from each other. They're not really open. يعني ما في شفافية between الطرفين. على أساس إنه تشوف مثلا في طرف واحد من الطرفين willing to sacrifice or to bring peace at least to South Sudanese citizen. In that case, يعني انت بتشوف سلفا كير هو الرئيس، وفي نفس الوقت بعد ما عملوا الجيش ده جاب الجيش بتاعت IO forces جابهم خطهم في cantonment areas or cantonment suite. بعد ما عمل لهم graduation ولا قبل graduation اصلا ما في تعيينات، ما في علاجات، ما في اكل وشراب، ما في. مع انه when he says integration between the forces, بمعنى the forces will be integrated under his command. He's supposed to be responsible taking care of these people في مخيم بتاعت التدريب، ولحد ما يخرجوهم ومواهب بتاعهم يخشوا في payroll sheet and receive salary زيهم زي ناس متيانير واحد اللي هو عنده ده. But yet these people have been in the cantonment area for more than 2 years, almost 3 years. الدفعة الأول اللي خرجوهم ودوهم في Upper Nile، الناس دي اصلا ما كان قاعدين، ما عندهم سالاريز، ما عندهم قروش. بعد ما خرجوهم ياهو بعصايات، لكن الطريقه اللي بيعملوهم كانهم we don't really need you, we don't want to see you here. سموه قال ده graduation، لكن شالهم سفرهم برا ودوهم محل دارين ودوهم، وهناك قال امشوا احموا ناس اللي هناك ده. انا عسكري، انت مخرجني ومسفرني مثلا، you deploy me to another area that I don't know anyone there, okay, and you sending me to do with assignments to do, and yet I'm not protected. How am I going to conduct that work? انت حاسه كده ما ده عسكري انت قتلته بطريقه غير مباشر. انت تشيل زول جندي توديه في منطقه عمليه تمشي يشتغل هناك، وما عنده they are not armed، بمعنى انت قصدا تقتل الناس ديل. وما في مواهي، انت اصلا ما قدرت تشوف ناس ديل. ده الطريقه بتاع التخلص من الفورسز بتاع IO from within from Juba area. They have to go يعني في distant بعيد، لانه وجودهم ذاته في جوبا هنا ولا في areas within جوبا سلفا كير ما مطمن باي اسلوب هو داير ينتهي من الناس ديل. عشان كده هو قاعد يقول الرياك مثلا خليه يشوف طريقه للناس الهاي رانكس ديل. كان مثلا الرياك دير ينزل رطب بتاع الناس ديل، دير ينزلهم في الريتايمنت، دير يعملهم كيف is up to رياك. المهم هو ده الرياك شنو يخفض من الناس ديل من الرطب الهاي. فما في زول هيقبل حته ده، لانه عسكري حسي مثلا كان في الرتبه بتاعت لفتنال جنرال، انت قدرت تجي تنزله مثلا يكون like just جنرال عادي ولا برجديه جنرال تحت هنا ولا whatever it is. انا غايه الرتب بتاع عسكري ده انا ما عندي له فوقه هنا، لكن انت كان قدرت تنزله من رتبته ده للرتبه ثانيه تحت، هو هيقبل كيف؟ اذا كان سيستر لوريد منشن هنا قبل شويه الناس دي جزء منهم ده الجيش بتاع بولينا متب، والناس دي اصلا كان عندهم رطب جايين برطبهم. انت الليله كيف مثلا تجي to demote somebody from the position that they have to the lowest level؟ بمعنى انت داير تشاكل مازول لا هو هيرد لك اصلا، ما هيقبل الحته ده طبعا. فهو ليه رتب العساكر حقه بتاع سلفاكير ذاته في جوجوبا زي ناس اكزامبل بولمل لما جابوه في جوبا، زول ده ما عسكري ولا عنده حاجه في عسكريه، مشوا ده الرتبه بتاع منو عقيد ولا whatever it is. ليه؟ عشان كيف ناس الاباف منه ما يقدر يحاجموه يشاكلوا معه ويحترموا، لانه سلفاكير عنده اجنده، لانه بولميل ماسك خزينه بتاع سلفاكير كله، ماسك فاينانس بتاع سلفاكير protecting سلفاكير in one way or another. زول لا اصلا ما عنده اي بوزيشن في عسكريه، ما عنده حاجه في عسكريه، جابوس كده خطوه بقوا عقيد. انت يعني حاجه اللي هو بيعمله هو ما دير زول تاني يعمله. يعني حتى كان مثلا لقينا الرياك ده برضه قاعد يعمل نفس الحاجه، ما يمكن هم قاعدين ينافسوا في حاجه، الرياك قاعد يشوف سلفاكير قاعد يعمل عشان كده هو داير يعمل عشان هم يكونوا في الديسيم ليفل. but he doesn't want it عشان رياك يعمل هو بس اللي هيعمل لانه يا الرئيس بتاع الدوله. فده انت كده قاعد درت الرجانه تاني في حرب ودار تودي البلد ده تحت واطه. وانا شايف من ناحيه حاجات دي كله ده ما حاجه اللي بيجيب سلام، وده ما حاجه مثلا انا شايف بكره بعد بكره جنوب السودان ده هيعمل سيتلمنت، هيكون peaceful country. لانه لحد يوم الليله احنا شايفين سلفاكير is playing game left and right. لازم حاجه اللي هو داير يعمله في راسه ده هو داير ينفذه باي اسلوب، وده ما حاجه الجنوبيين دايرينه، ده ما حاجه South Sudanese citizen في that country wanted this country to be led by that way on that way. So أنا بكتفي بده هنا إلا كانت عندك حاجة otherwise we can I can play another video sister لوريد.
أنا بس داير أقول في كلام حقك تكومنت تا ranking ده. Actually most of them are not qualified زي ما أنت قلت كلام تا بول ميل ده they are not qualified. مثلا بول ميل can be officer, can be in رتبة تا ملازم ولا حاجة إنه graduate تا university whatever the university is. لكن most of those generals in South Sudan are not having any qualification, military qualification, and that's the matter, the truth of the facts. So كونوا إنهم لما نيجي يتلموا في unified forces and they show their certificates that by merit. if وإننا كان قلنا ده نعمل رتب كويس by merit should be applied. لكن I think most of them are not in that qualifications, and they have gained those qualifications by being promoted by Riek Machar. Riek Machar is that my military officer, and he's the one ranking them, giving them the grade. And also Silva Keris is in very modest qualification in his ranking. Also Kaman Weagadi promote those people. So all in all, we are in this mess. And the country, even the qualification and the expertise of these military guys have to be on the grounds that the things, the experience that they gain, if they want to take it in that way. انه في فعلا منهم military who maybe took areas as a command of many, and they have shown the leadership during the time of war, during the SPLM. لكن the rest يوم جداد ده, that's the fabrication, and that's for filling positions, and to also to make it harder for the revitalized peace agreement to survive, is that choking this agreement. If I might say. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's right. Okay, أنا هسي كده ممكن نحن نكتفي بده هنا، ونحن دايرين نتكلم about peace agreement في روم sorry روم في كينيا. We wanted to touch base on that a little bit, and we wanted to see لأنه الكلام الحسن احنا قلناه ده مرتبط مع election، لأنه هدف بتاع سلفا كير كله how to reduce the number of the vices that he have, like 5 vices in South Sudan. He wanted to reduce this number of vices down maybe to 1. ده هو حاجة الحسا قاعد يخلوه يفايت. The second thing that Salva Kiir wanted, who there قاعد find way to have a legitimacy. لأنه since he took this position, he haven't been voted in as the president. هو بس مسك الحكم بعد ما قرن لما نتوفى. هو كان مسك الحكم بانتخاب بتاعت political bureau بتاع SPLM. They appointed him to be a president of South Sudan. كان مفروض بعد 2 ولا 3 from فترة داك الناس كان تمشي في election، لكن ما حصل. Instead he took the country back to war. He took the country to war in 2013 لأنه إننا كان أخذنا independent في 2011. أخذنا independent في 2011. 2013 the war broke out في J1. That's what they name it, like they name it the dogfight in J1 between IO and IG, and then Riek escaped, left the country for a couple of years. He came back again in 2016. Again, the fight broke out, and then again he went to all the way to Congo. From Congo, he have been present in South Africa, I think for 2 years or something. Then by then هم مش عملوا peace agreement بتاعت خرطوم في 2018, and until today this implementation of the peace agreement arses that they have at the moment supposed to be implemented to bring peace in South Sudan haven't been done. There is nothing that from the provisions for peace agreement. I think it was how many provisions I can't remember, but the election was supposed to be the last provision. So Salva Kiir,
Yeah, they have extension for 2 years. That's the extension of 2 years, result of it, yalla bigger election.
yeah, no, I'm talking about the provisions of the peace agreement. Mind and unify forces, and we have for constitution, we have election, we have, I think ما أعرف كان هم 7 ولا 11 something like that.
Yeah.
So all these provisions haven't been done. He jumped straight to election. Supposed to be done 2 years ago. Then now they have extended it to 2024, which is going to happen in December. So election ده Salva Kiir is forcing it. مع انه اننا عارفين recipe بتاع election. كان مثلا انت داير تعمل كيك، انت عارف انت داير شنو، انت داير دقيق، انت داير زيت ولا مثلا سمنه، انت داير سكر، انت داير باكينج باودر، انت داير صينيه مظبوط قدر الكيك اللي انت ماشي تبيك، حاجات دي حبه ملح وكده. انت بتعرف نفسك انت داير شنو في الريسبي بتاع القبيس بتاع الكيك حقك ده. Now to do election, there is stuff have to be done before jumping into election. We have census have to be conducted. We have a permanent constitution have to be written. We have registrar بتاعت electoral committee have to be formed. and we need justice. زول مثلا كان election ده ما ماشي بالطريقة صح، في زول هناك انت تمشي تعمل له complain. بعد ده كله في ناس اللي دايرين يجيفوا ناس منو يمشي يعملوا registers, register themselves as a candidate the election. They have to go for campaigns, they have to, and we have to prepare the floor like we need national police that will observe and control the situation to make environment suitable for election and safe for everyone to travel around across the borders. Like example, في زول ده يمشي لحد Upper Nile from Equatoria هنا واقف as a candidate, ولا في زول من Upper Nile as a candidate ده يجي يمشي لحد في Equatoria في West Equatoria or East Equatoria. The area have to be safe for للناس اللي واقفين في election to travel to do mobilizations, because through mobilizations, citizens will see who is the right person to vote for, who is the right person that they wanted to pick to lead them and to take this country forward for us, to build this country, to build our nation, to make our country look beautiful with somebody that have knowledge and background of how to lead people. At least this is our first time ever to have country by our own. Now we wanted to have our own, to choose our own person that we see as a better person that is able to lead us. Ma haja lib. Now all this stuff is not happening. Salva Kiir locked everybody down. Nas ma pagan. Das lama kwala jawin al deregi gafolom. Nas react machar mokfulin. Munu munal deregi. Ita ma shaf zol gadri register nafsu election to name themselves as a candidate that wanted to stand for 2024 election. So the only candidate that we see in South Sudan is Salva Kiir himself. He have been endorsed all over the place. Nas kulu based on endorsement le Salva Kiir. I don't know. He's forcing people just to endorse him to make him feel as the second president that have to come. And yet he's not capable to do it. He's not able even to feed himself. This man, I can see him from here. He's not even able to walk distance of maybe 1 mile. Bekureno. Hasa kan bika election da gadini amulize ta US da. Ita candidate ga tamshi masafa da minina lahadi ga tinzil min Arabia tamshi masafa minina lahadi naka والناس واقفين في الشارع. قاعدين يسلموا لك ويستقبلوك وكده. ما ده campaign is Salva Kiir ما قادر يمشي اصلا في Upper Nile يوم من الايام. مما ما كان مشى في بور ودى ولده. Salva Kiir ما قادر يمشي في Upper Nile. Salva Kiir ما قادر يمشي في Western Equatoria ولا في Eastern Equatoria. غير انه بس قادر يمشي في النملة. والنملة ده ما محل بعيد. He knows how to get to نملة. That's the only محل اللي Salva Kiir بيمشي فوقه. لكن باقي other areas Salva Kiir ما بيقدر يمشي فوقه. He cannot do the campaign. ليه؟ لأنه security arrangement is not being implemented. وهو قبلان بكده لأنه هو عارف كان هو implement security arrangement, he will lose this election. This is why by he's forcing himself not to implement zero from the provisions that have been point in this peace agreement deal supposed to be put in place or supposed to be implemented. United Nations made it clear this country is not ready to host or to hold any election in 2024. UN made it clear ان سمعنا وحاجات ده طلع كتير في platforms بتاعت United Nations. انت بتلقى ذاته في اي راديو، في couple of them in اي راديو. انت كان مشيت في تمازج برضه انت بتلقاه. لكن انا داير نشغل فيديو بتاع ambassador بتاع US لما هو يتكلم في نيروبي. Let me play this and you guys can hear it.
Your Excellencies, Presidents of Kenya and South Sudan, distinguished delegations, international colleagues, all protocols observed. Let me also express condolences to the people of Kenya for the tragic flooding that has occurred in recent days As the United States, we're pleased to be able to provide $1 million in USAID assistance, and we are sure Kenya will come back even stronger after these events. The United States applauds the leadership of His Excellency President William Ruto for agreeing to take on this mediation between the ARCSIS non-signatory parties and the government of South Sudan. As we prepare for President Ruto's state visit to Washington later this month, we recognize Kenya's vital role as a regional leader on peace building and security in East Africa. I would also like to commend the commitment of General Lazaro Zumbawo for his mediation efforts. We all remember what he did with the Comprehensive Peace Agreement, as well as my colleague, Ambassador Guyo, who I've had the pleasure of working with over the last couple of years to support peace in the region. We greatly appreciate being included in this mediation effort as observers and look forward to working with Kenya on yet another important regional peace-building effort. We share with partners in the region a set of fundamental priorities and values when it comes to South Sudan. First and foremost, peace. A full transition of South Sudan toward democracy, respect for human rights, and a government responsive to the needs of the South Sudanese people provide the best avenue towards sustained and durable peace in South Sudan. The United States, and I believe the international partners in this room, recognizes that the 2018 peace agreement has not been implemented, nor have the promises made following the 2022 extension and subsequent roadmap. We have been clear and will continue to urge the South Sudanese leaders live up to their responsibilities. We are confident that President Ruto and his mediating team can manage an inclusive process, one that reinvigorates the peace agreement and supports South Sudan in establishing a durable peace. The United States stands behind Kenya in this effort because we believe it presents an opportunity that the government and the non-signatories alike can and must seize. Without serious efforts by the government and peace agreement signatories to establish the conditions for lasting peace, as they promised in 2018, there remains far too great a risk of widespread violence and a return to civil war. Non-signatories also have this opportunity to demonstrate that they too are committed to peace. The region can ill afford further conflict, and the South Sudanese people who have waited far too long must see their aspirations met. In this vein, let me reiterate the United States position that allocating further financial resources for election preparations absent urgent action by the transitional government would send the wrong message. We will not support an electoral process that without urgent action by the transitional government would not be free, fair, or credible. For an electoral process to be credible, we must see the South Sudan government devoting its own resources to support the electoral institutions it has established. Let me close by restating the United States' steadfast commitment to working with partners like Kenya and regional institutions like IGAD and the African Union to advance peace and security in the Horn of Africa for the benefit of the peoples of the region. Thank you. Asante sana.
Okay, I think this ambassador is loud and clear. There is nothing that's supposed to be added on this, but let me just explain my thought a bit. You have dropped, is it?
Okay, let me just briefly say about what he said. It's
Yeah,
very
go
strong
ahead.
message as a Kenyan ally in the region for USA. He said that they are very applaud the government of Kenya for their effort for making this effort to reach peace for their initiative for peace and stability in South Sudan. And he said that by that they're going to promote peace in South Sudan and also making sure that they are seizing the opportunity for making that happen, and also making the partners, our parties involved, to have the commitment as well. Forgetting the main partner, was the government of South Sudan, who are always playing the games and not making that things implementable. And that's the one thing of the politics, making things look very, very elegant and smart, but
Wait.
it's not, yeah, in a way. And also the aspiration, where is the aspiration of South Sudanese people to live in peace, in free and justice country? Where this since the revitalized peace agreement been done, we haven't seen that peace and justice and freedom for the people of South Sudan. And it's talking about they are not supporting the election, and they are not, because of it's not free and fair and credible. And also they're saying they want to see the electoral institution being built. Electoral institutions are built in a very fake and weak way. يعني في bar institution تا lawyers for electoral commission. What that for? What's the role of lawyers in that? Are they going to stand for the people in case of any fake or any ill justices موجود في South Sudan? South Sudan is not a free country to make a speech, public speech. Then still we are talking about the electoral institutions from security, even the very one that should be secure a long time ago is not there. It's our friend of United States of America have been always miss opportunities to make those things, and don't see that this regime is the one making the people are suffering and not meeting their inspiration. And also we see the Kenyans with their good wishes, and really they have a good wish for South Sudanese people to have peace and sustainable peace in the region. They have to take on board that who is the one cooperate not to make this peace happening.
You
So
finished?
I finish here. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm using two things. I'm using a laptop and my phone, so that I can't handle it properly.
That's okay. Thanks you. Thanks, Sister Lurid. Yes, that's what I was just about to say, but you have mentioned a couple of them out. أنا بس بمنشن بسيط في هو قال طبعا since that peace agreement have been signed in Khartoum, then it's become a revitalized peace agreement after 2018, and extended another 2 years. There is no clear roadmap have been uh, uh, conducted by the two parties. In the agreement that there is no sign of any implementation that haven't been seen, and mafi clear commitments from the two group, can IG or IO. So الحاجات اللي هو منشن ده كل حاجات المفروض يتعامل before election not taking place in order for the election to be a fair and credible election. مفروض الحاجات دي تحصل. مفروض الحاجات دي تحصل، لكن حاجات ده ما حصل. هم شايفين بانه حاجه ده زي كانوا الليب بتاع اطفال ولا زي، بس بقى حاجه كلام فارغ. Now the US are not ready to fund or to support this election financial wise. So كلام ده very loud and clear يا جماعه. Salva Kiir انا قلت from the start, Salva Kiir is pushing it, is pushing himself هو ده يوصل للإلكشن بس عشان يعمل نفسه to be legit or legit president, legit government that is in South Sudan. Because since هو جا في كرسي ده ما في election عملوا، ما في زول انتخبه. وبعدين سلفا كير كان مشى بطريقة المفروض يمشي بطريقة رسمية. الإلكشن بيجيبوا مثلا الرئيس بيجيبوه through election. who I lose the ground. That's why he's trying so hard to have these militias and Ugandan forces to support him in this critical time, because has a bigger mafia trust even within them as an SPLM. They don't have trust anymore. They don't trust each other anymore. Finas has the best, they just guiding shufu. Selvakir Damash Salman when within this J1. And they're ready to tackle this government one day, anytime. You know? Uda haja ala nihna gadin nogule jama election da kan jaini amulu be fugo forcemen. They coming to force people to have this election in 2024. Nobody should vote for these people again. Regardless. Nobody should vote for these people. لانه ده سواقة الخلا 19 سنة ماشيين ل 20 سنة. This regime have provided nothing besides killing, targeting you guys, displacing you, raping you. Kan rajel kan mara. We shouldn't vote for these people again. We should make our mind not to bring these people back in system, can by power or by force. لأنه تكتعمل extension for your suffering. The day that you go there and vote these people back in again, you extended your suffering, including your whole community. And you will extend the way that they displace you. They will displace you this time, well, all the way to Congo, all the way to Ethiopia, all the way to Uganda, to Nairobi, to where? And you will come and say, Gune said. Trust me. You will come and say, Gune said one day. Dama hizar, de dawla. وفوق حقوق بتاع اي مواطن جنوبي، وفوق حقوق بتاع اي جنة لسه صغير قاعدين يربى وعيال لسه جايين في السكه الجايين يولدون. لان قاعدين نضيع حقوق بتاع اولاد بتاعنا، بتاع الجنريشن بتاعنا الجاي ورا. By just accepting a few dollars that they will pay us, because قروش الحسن السلفكير قاعدين يلعبوا بودا قروش بتاع resources ده is only best to buy زمام. يشتربوا الزمام بتاع الناس الزمام القلوبهم ضعيفة، ما عندهم ثقة في نفسهم، بيشترون few dollars to come and manipulate your mind to make you go and vote. كان ده بيجا سلطان بتاعك، كان ده بيجا elders بتاعكم في community، كان ده بيجا منو بتاعكم. يا جماعة don't listen to anyone. Make your mind, make your decision, see your interest first. Interest بتاعك ده يا interest بتاع عيالك بكرة. What will happen if you just accepted $500 today? And if في ظروف بتاع جنوب السودان crisis ده 500 that will finish in 2 days or 5 days. What about the rest of the time? What about the rest of the months? What about the rest of the years? Do you want your children to stay as a slave the way you're staying now as a slave? Do you want your grandkids to come and fight the same battle that our grandfather started? We have to put an end to this by saying no. We have to put an end to this by not voting for this IG back in the system again. لأنه ما في حاجة تانية هسه الناس بيقدر يعملوا. Every time people want to go outside and rally بيحددوكم، بيعمل لكم humiliation، وانتوا قاعدين جعانين وتعبانين وما قادرين تاكلوا وما قادرين تتعالجوا وما قادرين تنوموا مرتاحين. شغال 6 شهر 8 شهر with no salary. And yet your voice you cannot even say no. يا جماعة ده حرية بتاعت إنسان، ربنا ذاته أدانا حرية، ده من طلعنا من بطون أمهاتنا، طلعنا أحرار. طلعنا من بطون أمهاتنا طلعنا أحرار. ليه بنخلي زول تاني يجي يكتم لنا أنفاسنا؟ كلامات ديل shouldn't happen. And we really need to stand against this system. ناس اللي قاعدين يلبسوا لكم حمر يمشوا في كوميونتي هناك يعمل لكم برين واشنج ده، بالذات ايال الحاسه الجنريشن الحاسه اللي قاعدين يدوروا في as an IG followers. I can see this in Western Equatoria, I can see this in Central Equatoria, in Eastern Equatoria. Those young boys, they're just running after money. Huh? Those young boys are just running after money. بيغشون بحبة دولارات يمشي لكم في فيليج هناك، يمشي يعمل لكم برين واش، يجيب لكم حبة قروش يمشي كبسكم بو هناك, and then you guys accept to go and vote for this regime again. كده شوف حاجات اللي قاعدة happen في تمبرا امبارح ولا اول امبارح. How many people have been displaced في تمبرا? How many people have been displaced في منغا? How many of people have been displaced في مانغالا, في كوندوكورو, في فشلا? How many people في بلد بتاع أنواك? How many people have been displaced? في Cholo هنا في ملكان, how many of people have been put in this UNIMAS camp? You guys will go. You guys will all follow to go to UNIMAS. If you accept this system to go back again in 2024, trust me, itu كلكم ترجعوا تعيشوا في مخيمات, والطلع برا من جنوب السودان ما هيرجع تاني. موت واحد, زول بموت واحد دور. الماتوا ما أحسن مننا. كلام ده مرفوض, ونحن كلنا نرفضه بشدة. أننا كلنا نرفضه بشدة regardless. election ده زول الدري يفوت خليه يمشي يفوت, خليه يكون ده أصابة بتاع سلفكير, خليه يمشي يعمل voting. ما في أسدل, let them vote alone. ما يجي كبسكم يجيبوا لكم حبة دقيق وحبة دولارات ولا حبة زيت خلاص تقبلوا. يا اسبلي ويه اسبلي ويه, ده بس حاجة ليلة tomorrow ما في. انت لما ندير تجيب لك candidate عشان يكون president of the country to serve you, not the other way around. You want them to serve you and to serve your children. When I say to serve you and serve your children, انت لما تمشي شغل يوم 30 عندك ما هي بتصرفه. انت لما تكون عيان تمشي مستشفى بتلقى علاج. جناك لما يكون عمره 6 سنة بيمشي بيلقى مدرسة بيقرا. وانت قدرت تسافر من جوبا لأبياي شارع يكون نظيف, ما في زول بيوقفك في شارع يقتلك ولا يرابيو. ده حاجة أي زول لازم يعرف. انت داير أمان security, انت داير تنوم في هوشك, ما في زول بيجي بدق لك باب اسمه unknown gunman. تنوم برا في سخانة, تنوم في ميدان بيتك. زول يضربك بحجر ساي ما في. زول يضرب رصاص كده في السما ساكت بالليل ما في. ده هو بيقولوا له security. انتوا لسه دايرين تبولوا جو في اوضه في علب. انتوا لازم تقيفوا لنفسكم, ما في زول هيقيف لكم. جنوبين انتوا تقيفوا لنفسكم, ما في زول هيقيف لكم. بعدين عساكر البتاع جنوب السودان انا ما بقول كلهم ديل ميليشيا, في عساكر كان في خرطوم من زمان خرطوم, هم بكون جيش شرفاء رجعوا واشتغلوا في الجنوب ده لحد يوم الليل, يمكن بكون هم لسه في السيستم شغالين. ذنب البلد ده في رقبتك. بلد اسمه جنوب السودان ده ذنبه في رقبتك. انت لازم تحرر الجنوب, لانه ده اقرب زول اللي بيحرر البلد من يدين بتاع مافيا, واقرب زول اللي بيحرر البلد من ديكتاتورشيب يهو جيش, لما يكون جيش وطني فعلا. أنساك من those of Matianganyor, أنساك من those of the اسمه شنو دود كوبين ناس منو أنساك من ديل. لكن أنا بتكلم عن الجندي اللي بيقولوا جندي لما يخرجوا بيحلفوا بدو عقيدة. دولة در ذنبه في رقبتك. انتوا لما حاربتوا في غابة ده لحد ما بلد ده طالع نينا عملنا له فوتينج، انتوا مشيتوا حلفوكم حليفة بتاعت عشان تكون لابس الشرف بتاع الدولة ده to protect the country, not the president. من أنا شايف سلفاكير is humiliating you يا جماعة left and right. ما تقدم لكم احترام، ما قدم لكم ذرة الاحترام. مش جاب جيش يوغندي بيصرفوا انتوا قاعدين، انتوا ما قادرين تلقوا $10 ساعة في شهر. What are you waiting for? Really, what are you guys waiting for? انت جعان، ما قادر تاكل، ما قادر تشرب، ما قادر تودي جناك مدرسة، ما قادر تدفع ايجار بيت، قاعد تدور بكورين، تعبان exhausting yourself for what? What do you really killing yourself for? ما ده كلام فارغ ساكت منك، مع انه حسب بيقوا ما واثق فيك اصلا وقاعد يعمل لك humiliation بطريقه غير مباشر، يشوفك like nothing، يمشي يجيب لك جيش من دوله جوار to come and protect him and pay them $3,000 a month. وانت قاعد هنا خشمك ناشف. You cannot even take this country out of him. انتوا انتظرتوا لحد جابوا الجيش اليوغندي لشنو؟ انتظرتوا لحد جابوا الجيش اليوغندي في جوبا لشنو؟ Shame. Very shameful. يريد انت كان عندك حاجه تقولها؟
So revitalized peace agreement have been here since 2018, and within those years,
You're in mute.
yeah, clear now.
Yes.
Okay. I say revitalized peace agreement have been here since 2018, and it's supposed to meet their objectives and never happen. This revitalized peace agreement have exhausted the country of its resources, and the cost is very high. If we see the budget being delivered for this revitalized peace agreement, is nothing. عشان كده أنا أقدر أقول إنه you South Sudanese people, you have absolute right to be served as for election in a very dignified manner. Don't say that there is economical crisis of the country, because this have been allocated a budget for it for this election. And whatever the country is going through, it's nothing to do with your legitimate right to practice your right as a voter. And everything should be conducted to you in a right way, from security, from right registration channels, from safeguarding you to make sure that election must be hustle and must be provocation and must be challenges. We know that this election is not going to be fair and credible and free. So you, the one, have to make your mind up. If you want to bring this regime back again, you be part of this election, because this election will bring the same actors of these parties, the same people who have played you in your resources, in your finances, in your employment, in your place of work, and in your food that you're taking it these days. This election will maintain them coming again. And if SPLM have a favor to us, they are bringing the same leader who called Silva Kiir to be their flag bearer for election and to come and compete. That's not good, because SPLM have many cadres, many good people who can take the country to another level, but it's not allowed because of the hierarchy and injustice system in the SPLM that picking people with the hierarchy. So you don't have to trust this. You are on your own to trust your instinct that this election is not going to bring you anything. This election will bring these armed men that coming to your villages and hit you, your kids, and put them in blue houses and in prison. This is the same regime who are gonna talk to you that there is no salaries for more than 8 months and 11 months and 10 months, while their MPs are having salaries all the time, and they have the luggage to travel abroad and coming to go to Kenya, to go to USA, to go wherever they want to go. This election, the same people are gonna do these things. In the part of the opposition that are internal, as they're the same as this regime, because they are after their food, they are after their resources, they are after the money and position that been given to them. They are not for serving you. And we said, by sincerely said, that a remove of this regime is very important for South Sudan to continue as a sovereign country. Because if you give that to this regime, you are not sovereign anymore. You have an IMF standing there, a loan that you have to pay for it for your lifetime. You have the oil that is rigged, and because of bad policies of this regime, it's now stopped and it's not working anymore. Because of this regime, you are not getting your health care, you are not getting your salaries, you are not getting clean water, you are not getting electricity, you are not getting project that you can work on farming in peace, even for your cattle to be looked after with veterinary system. We don't have that. So this regime is the cause of your trouble and struggle. You want to stop this struggle, stop that regime to continue to be again. And I will say that, and I will stop here. Thank you, Sister Bunei.
Thank you, compatriot Lorit, for this great statement. You reminded me also. It's good that you have brought it into our attention. So I think we will just make a few remarks before we close the room. We are about 2 hours at the moment, 5 minutes to go for 2 hours. If we can go 2 hours to 2 hours and 20 minutes or half an hour ahead, that will be good. But we can just say our last remarks, then we can close the live show. I believe 2 hours and a half will be good enough for people who are not here. They will come and listen to it. It will be something just for short period of time, not like 4 or 5 hours. It will be good to sit down and listen to. So for my conclusion, or do you want to conclude? Then I will finish it, Lorit. Do you want to say your last remarks? Open your mic. I can't hear you. Shabakti Kaba, ana masamaki. Okay, Lorit Talat. Let me see what I have here. انت جيتي تبقى نخليك تقول كلامك.
I Janet phone, yeah, that's why it just cut me off suddenly.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
انت جيتي تبقى نخليك تقول كلامك.
Right. Tisamani has a word here. Just with the conclusion, our people, the Amaniani initiative or Amanani initiative al Jaffi Nairobi will not solve your problem. The revitalized peace agreement haven't solved your problem. Uh, uh, Overall, the initiative of the government for peace agreement is not gonna solve your problem because it's built on lies and it builds on what you're gonna share, and built on not addressing the root causes of the problem and tackle it. Uh, the only thing that you need to be have to sit and addressing those root causes and eliminating those root causes by talking to each other, and then the peace agreement, the peace will come by itself. There is no hidden agenda between any parties, no worries or fears from each other. The trust will be built, and the confidence in the institutions will be built. We are lacking. This regime have make us lacking even the trust in the institutions and موجود في South Sudan. That is not able, is very weak by themselves quoting that we have a weak institution, that they never built an institution that is strong, can stand and provide the service to the people. So we will say that for this reason, the election is not for you. The election cannot build institutions. The election cannot serve you because this regime is not able to serve. The regime have failed to serve. The regime is confronting the problems with problems. We see the economical crisis, and the government haven't done anything about it. You will see the disparity between the سوق الأسود the dollar في بنوك. The disparity is so almost 50%. يعني لو انت بتقدر تفك 1 pound ب1500 وكانوا 70 في بنك. Went to go with it to the سوق الأسود ب300 وحاجة ب3000 وحاجة. So that will tell you the disparity that this even the regime unable to tackle it in a normal situation as a government. So we need to address that this regime is not able to deliver. And if it's not able to deliver, please do not vote them again to make your suffering continue. Do not vote them again to make your suffering continue. أنا بجيب هنا.
شكرا compatriot لوريد for your submission. أنا قبل كنت أقدر نجيب واحد من الفيديوهات برضو من تيك توك في أخونا مكيم. هو عمل فيديو ده في تيك توك I think couple of days ago. هو كلامه كتير كده related to the economic crisis that is taking place in Juba. I think we will leave that for the next topic, or next Saturday. We'll come and talk about the crisis that's happening in South Sudan. Like economy-wise, we have seen the dollar is really high, and جنيه السوداني بقى ما شغال. يعني حسي قالوا 50 جنيه ده يعني انت بتشتري بو يمكن بس ملح ولا شنو، انا ما اعرف، حاجه كده بسيط. لكن في معظم الدكاكين قال 50 جنيه ذاته بقى ما شغال. يعني اقل شيء انت بتشتري الزيت، يعني زي في خرطوم هنا بنقول ربع رطل، مش ربع رطل زيت، يعني في جوبا القزاز الصغير بتاع الزيت ده بقول لك بكم ب 750 ولا 850 something like that. يعني أنا بقول سعر السوق يومين ديل بقى مشكلة، وفي جزء من دكاكين بقى يقولوا دايرين دولار، وفي مواطن مسكين هناك ذاته ما بعرف شكل دولار شكله كيف. اتخيل في مرحلة زي ده الجنوب ده ماشي وين، ولايف بتاع الناس المساكين ديل هينتهي كيف. الليلة انت ما قادر تزرع زي زمان في باك يارد بتاعك حبة كرفة حبة بامية، ان شاء الله بكومبو you don't need زيت، ان شاء الله بكومبو you can survive. الليلة انت ما قادر تزرع ابقار لافة، انت ما قادر تمشي في السوق تشتري حاجة لانك شغال وما قادر تصرف مهية، والسوق بقى مولع النيران. يعني حالة كده مدبر بطريقة غير عادي. حكومة بتاع جنوب السودان ديل ناس those mafias, they just came to destroy this beloved country called South Sudan, including the Junubin, including the citizens that in that country. So we have said a lot about the election, but just be wise. Try to be wise this time, يا جماعة. خد في قلبك ده حجر، خد في جوا قلبك هناك ده حجر، you know, عشان انت تقدر to bear the condition, to bear the situation, to say no for this election. ده جايك لحد عندك، جايك لحد في خشم بيتك. Try to stand up and say no. راسك ده كان قطعه ما حيقطع راس الأسرة كله. على الأقل إيالك بكرة not to be used like a slave. The grandkids that you have not to be humiliated by these mafias. It's only you and me we say no to this. It's not by force. لكن اقعد احلل وشوف الوضع اللي انت فوق وانت عايش فوق ده كان فعلا معلم قد يأثر فيك وانت انسان عندك ضمير صاحي. Try to do something about it. وكلامي قبل هناك برجع للجيش البسيط. انا عارف نسبة بتاعهم في هناك بسيط الشرفاء في among those مجرمين. انت لما حطيت نفسك في بوزيشن ده عشان انت تموت من اجل الوطن، عشان انت تموت من اجل citizen، عشان انت هناك to protect the constitution. Although there is no permanent constitution هناك I'll be represent me and you, but we still have that country, we still have this citizen, and we still have that land to be protected. It's your duty of care. انت ما شغال، ما انت شغال وما بتصرف، خايف من شنو؟ شغال وما بتصرف. Why don't you make this possible to yourself and to the people around you? ما ده duty بتاعك. You guys need to stand up and take this country out من يد Salva Kiir. Salva Kiir ده ما هو الراجل الوحيد جنوبين ولده في الجنوب. ده ما واحد زول اللي هذا المفروض ولده قال to lead this country. No. They hijacked this country. They hijacked us. And it's your duty of care to return our dignity back as South Sudanese forces في الجنوب هناك الشرفاء البسيطين اللي انا بتكلم عنهم اللي كان زمان شغالين من في خرطوم لحد يوم اللي لسه من شغالين جيش في الجنوب. زي ما انا قلت قبل شويه the video that I was talking about I will leave it for next week. There is a lot also from United Nations about the humanitarian aid and humanitarian assistance with the current condition that's going on in South Sudan. We will put that together and come and talk about it next week by God's grace. Again, if you come late, share this live video, share it to friends, let them listen about this election issue. We don't want to bring these people back to the system. And احنا تعبنا وما شفنا إلا المر. ما شفنا إلا المر من الناس ديل. Let them go to hell. Let them go to wherever they wanted to go and leave us alone. We need somebody else to come and lead this country. Someone that will bring dignity to Junubin, will bring back our love and unity, prosperity. إنما دارين نعيش مشتتين كده. بلدنا ده حسي يوغندا في فوقه، كينيا في فوقه، منو في فوقه، اثيوبيا في فوقه. انا سمعت امبارح قال عملوا بيس ديل بيكا كمان مع ناس اثيوبيا to come and deal بتاعت انه هم جايين يساعدوا في تقريبا مجال كهربي، في بيزنس، في حاجات كتير رصو كده. انا ذاته لما استغربتها شفتها كيف في ده نيو ديل. انا امبارح قريت كلام ده بالليل في مع الشغل لكن ما قدرت، ما تميته كله. So all this stuff we can analyze it الليله بكره بعد بكره لحد يوم السبت الجاي. We'll come back again and talk about all this stuff because you really need to know who is coming towards you and who is coming to do what and who is coming to grab what. ما في الديل قاعدين نعملوا في جنوب السودان ده ساكت، قاعدين نعملوا deal towards our resources that we have. Like now, our oil has been sold out until 2043 or 2044. عشان كده تقدر تشوف ناس كتير قاعدين يجرجروا يمين وشمال يفتشوا ديون. Loans from here, loan from there. وفي لون تاني هسه في قطر على تقريبا ودهم في محكمة and they have to pay 1 billion at the moment back to this country. So there is a lot going on, guys. صدقني يعني احنا خايتو ربنا يكون في عوننا، لكن without taking these people out we can't settle those issues. We need to take these people out in order for us to readjust this country's position, and will bring intellectual people to come and lead this country and make everything possible for everyone. We have to work hard, pay taxes, build our road, build our hospitals, build schools, make some changes in our life. We have the money. All these resources is our money. Will build this country in less than 5 years. But it won't happen under this system. It won't happen under these mafias. So I will stop here. I want to say thank you, and thanks for your time that you have come and spent with us. May God bless you, and please share the live video, share it to other friends, make our voice to reach other people that we don't know them, but they can reach us through you, through our communication. Let us work together and make things possible for each other and make things happen to each other, like towards each other, so some other people knows exactly what is going on من طرف بتاعنا. لحد هنا أنا بكتفي بهذا، ونتقابل مرة الجاي بحلقة جديد in landing zone. شكرا كثير.
Junubi nasimata kundisa taide Gisa de muhimle ana wita Ugisa de sukari windu mana kebir O kebir vya yata nina Abuta isa kala skerita dola Meata otalata alifishar Mabibi ufamwele shwalta de gig Akil fi beta tubika mushkila Lakin mafi mushkila Mata kore rabuna gainu Itafi zurup wele itapitap Mata kore rabuna gainu Damanana sukera na geni tubu wana zadukan kumsari Ayakan sabu, ayakan sukun lakinana mabi feki And everything you do, kudu fibala take rabuna gainu In everything you do, kudu fibala take rabuna gainu Zamanana sukera na geni dugu tubu wana zadukan kumsari. Ayakan sabu, ayakan sukun laginana mabi feki. Zamanana sukera na geni dugu tubu wana zadukan kumsari. Ayakan sabu, ayakan sukun laginana mabi feki. Utanin biguli tama babi nujua, utanin biguli tama bibi warabia, utanin biguli tama biliko shokol, lakin mafi mushkila mata kore rabuna gaino. Itakanta boda wala tamatam, itakana tala wala kan gafiri, sakal sedi rabuna gaino. Itakan sukar wala itakan kebir, sakal sedi rabuna gaino. Ita businessman wala ta askeri, sakal sedi rabuna gaino. And big up to the hustlers, yeah. My homie Chris Levy, in a jam in bed, meaning nothing to something. In everything you do, kudu fibala take rabuna gaino. In everything you do, kudu fibala take rabuna gaino. Zamanana sukera na geni dugu tubu wana zadukan kumsari. Ayakan sabu, ayakan sukun laginana mabi feki. Zamanana sukera na geni dugu tubu wana zadukan kumsari. Ayakan sabu, ayakan sukun laginana mabi feki. Junubi nasimata kundisa taide. Gisa de muhimle anawita, ugisa de sukaru indumana kebir. O kebir vya yatanina, abuta isa kalas kerita dola. Meato talata alifishar, mabibi ufamwele shwalta de gig. Akil fi beta tubika mushkila, lakin mafi mushkila mata kore rabuna gainu. Itafi zuru kera na geni dugu tubu wana zadukan kumsari. Ayakan sabu, ayakan